I hope this is live.
This is live right now.
Fantastic. Welcome to a new WAD game done by Witchlow Productions. There's no such thing.
Not yet.
Not yet. In
No,
which we have 5 players and a DM trying to sort through what the hell 3 templates in a cyberpunk WAD game actually does. On this lovely stream, I have Alexandra, Chelsea, Frosty, John, and Snake. I can call you different things if you want, but that's currently what I'm going with. The game is set in the city of Taxcal, a city built around Burns Bastion military base, the big red spot near the middle of the map. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. All of you have ended up living in this city. Some for 10 plus years, others for less. And all of you live your daily lives. I'm going to start with a sort of each person doing a 5-10 minute introductory thing of what an average day is like for their character. So, who wants to go first?
Chelsea.
Oh, there you go.
Go for it.
Okay, John.
Right, so
The dawn arises.
indeed.
Are
So,
you still sleeping?
definitely still sleeping. First of all, my name is John, as you know. I'm playing Q, the Changeling. On
okay.
dawn, Q is still wrapped up in his bed. Well, kind of. It's a mattress on the ground. It's mostly bedding. He's wrapped in his bedding. Regardless, he wakes up about 2 o'clock, stretches, rolls out, goes in the hallway, and gets immediately accosted by Jesus, his roommate. The two of them share a basement apartment in the Mage district, and the argument is the same old. Q hasn't been doing his dishes in when they moved in, and the place is filthy. Jesus is angry the fact that Q's letting in stray dogs again. It's just too much. So at around 3 p.m., Q is already out the door, and he just kind of hangs off on some rooftops and surfs the web on his phone. By about a little more closer to 4 o'clock, he's helping some elderly people with chores, because it's easier to do other people's chores, not your own chores. It's always easier that way. Finally, he kind of hesitantly goes home and finds that Jesus has left for his job as a night janitor. So, thank God for small things like that. And he settles down for a delicious meal of rice and ketchup.
Wholesome.
Now, after that hearty meal, he puts the dishes outside in the backyard, all the dishes. This way, he can feed the stray dogs and they get cleaned. Win-win. After that, he jumps in the shower, tries to hand bat down all the wrinkles in his clothing, and finally kind of smooches out the door and tries to get to work in time for 7 p.m. and only gets there about half an hour late for his first day on the job.
Okay.
First day on the job as a bartender at the Den, which we'll be looking at a little later.
Mm-hmm. As you arrive half an hour late, Mother Mercy, the person who hired you, looks at the time, looks at your state, looks at her watch again and kind of shrugs.
Q just gives her a 1,000-watt smile, trying to overcome everything with just personality.
She puts a hand on Q's shoulders, and Q can tell how immensely strong Mother Mercy is. And she just gently, to her reckoning, rather harshly for Q's reckoning, she kind of just guides Q into the kitchen, through the back parts, into the bar, and she just goes, "Okay, I'm going to explain to you how things work." She points towards a kind of a lone, a guy in a Hawaiian shirt and shorts that are not quite shorts, but still rather short, which also have a floral pattern. He has aviators and is currently drinking a suspiciously red drink. She goes, Okay, this is what you need to know. That creature over there, is Larry. Larry.
Hi,
hearing his
Larry.
name- Oh, hi, Q. You already know Larry, Mother Mary.
I just start waving enthusiastically.
Well, that makes this easier. Don't kill Larry, and tell all the other customers you can't kill Larry. He's a
Gotcha.
good vampire.
No killing Larry. Thumbs up. Cool.
She then starts explaining the other rules of the bar, but effectively it's kind of standard bartender fare. She does say that because our clientele tend to be supernaturals, their ability to get drunk is sometimes varies wildly. So you have to keep extra careful watch, and if they're too drunk, don't let them use magic. Also, that the den is an awakened spirit, so you should say thanks to it occasionally, and don't throw trash around. The den doesn't like that.
Does a quick salute, looks around, and says, "I respect you, Den."
The den, a nearby table kind of shakes a bit as the den acknowledges your salute. The time rolls on, and a steady straggle of customers come in, and Mother Mercy starts helping teach you how the bar works. Okay, who wants to be next?
Ooh, me.
Okay, Frosty.
Okay. Curly is a very tall, athletic woman with a long nose and hair so black it almost looks blue. She's ethnically ambiguous with a kind but tired face that, combined with her extreme height, gives people the feeling of a cool grade school teacher or a parent, maybe. She wears a vest that is so covered in added-on pockets you might not notice that it's bulletproof under there, and a pistol on her hip as would be expected for rougher neighborhoods. Curly wakes up in the aviary, the long-abandoned top floor of an old clock tower. It's all built on rusty, stopped machines, now overgrown with plants. It was sealed up for safety reasons, and later werebirds moved in because it was only accessible by flight. But they moved on since the event, and the locus here is broken. So now it's just Curly, living there to save on rent. She wakes up, she turns into a crow to shower in a bird bath, because using too much water might draw the attention of the building maintenance. She checks on the jerky being made in the meat dehydrator, puts it in the fridge, flies up, following the dangling cord to the solar panel on the roof. There she does her morning yoga and meditation in front of the rising sun. Then she turns into a crow and goes for a flight. She checks on a few people along the way, some supernaturals that kind of fell through the cracks. She just shows up in crow form, taps on their window with her beak, kind of reminding them that she's there if they need her. But today, they're good, and she flies to work, transforming back to a human form in an alley, a block or two from work, and walking in just a bit later, uncharacteristically on time, as she enters the cool morgue to deal with whatever is on her table. Ian, what's
2
on her table?
homicides and a domestic violence.
Okay. I'm gonna roll autopsy, I guess?
You don't have to.
Okay. Curly is a reasonably she did go to medical school. She did not graduate, but she went to medical school. She's not fully qualified for this job, but she's okay at it. And dealing with some of the difficulties of it. Sometimes the things are a bit harder to figure out. So
just remember to take out the pacemakers.
So at some point when Jimmy's out of the room and no one else is around, she just takes one of the eyes out and just eats it a bit, normal mortician stuff, and tries to see a vision of their past, or of the moment they died specifically.
Okay, one of the homicides you do this to. Late night. Street lights. Underneath one of the Megacorp towers. You hear gunshots. You see the vision blurring as this man has a lot of blood loss. He looks up and there's a car with a man sticking at the roof. A flash of light later, the man's dead.
Okay. She writes down on the report that the person was shot from above, so possibly someone elevated, like in a car or something. You know, kind of just lying. But before she does that, while Jimmy's still out, she drains a whole bunch of blood. Well, she's already draining the blood, but she drains some of it into a nice coffee thermos for later, you know, as people do. And takes a little bit of meat that isn't being used. You know, a bit here, a bit there, nothing that would go noticed. And that's most of her day. She gets Jimmy to write the report because Jimmy, even her poor lying skills, Jimmy can't see through. So, how she knows about the upper, or the wound from above in the car and all, it's easy to hide. And that's work. She goes home and she works on a spirit jar. She's sort of got a cell phone on one ear listening to all the gossip from people. She's negotiating with one group saying, hey, you gotta be at the bar, you know, go to the den, like 8 o'clock, be there. We're doing this negotiation. I'll get you something nice if you play along. And then calling up the other group and saying the same thing. And I should actually roll for the spirit jar because it matters.
Yes, the spirit jar matters.
Okay. How did I lose my... No, there it is. So it's a extended action, bottle spirit. I have 6 dice, and for the... she's got a room in the aviary that's full of, like, bones and things hanging down, all sorts of occult symbols and libraries and stuff, which... to her is normal. She's used to it, so she's just casually talking on the phone, but from an outside source might look pretty fucking creepy. Does that give a equip modifier? Or I don't think we settled on that before.
It would give an equipment modifier of at least +1.
Alright. So let's say 7 dice in the pool, and I can roll 8 times because I'm patient. And I'll just normal roll 8 dice. That
I would kind of love a failure which you didn't notice, and you're like, okay, guys, I'm here to negotiate. Here's a spirit jar. It's a giant crack in it. Okay.
4 successes right off the bat. That's good.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I need to enter this right away. Okay, I'm just gonna write.
Because Frosty is experimenting with macros.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Curly's on a roll today. So 1, 2...
7 successes. Okay. Curly succeeds in making the spirit jar.
Yeah, this is the fucking mother of all spirit jars. She's real proud of this at the end. This thing is... this thing will hold any fucking spirit on the planet. Well, I mean, any spirit that anyone here is likely to catch.
Thank you for that qualifier.
Yeah. So, and also on the planet does not include Helios or Luna, so I got that. So she kind of looks proud at that, and at this point it's been... so 10...
An hour per roll?
No. It's 10 minutes per roll. So it's about, like, an hour and a half after work ends. I don't know what she does with the rest. Maybe just hangs out, maybe reads some books and writes things down, or whatever else she would do on her way to the bar.
Okay.
And then at about 7:45, she walks in.
Fantastic. So, who wants to be next?
She walks in with a spirit jar, a bag full of human jerky, and a thermos full of blood.
Oh boy.
Oh, that sounds like a good
Jesus.
time.
Out for a party.
I guess I can go.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so Vivian wakes up in her office in the morning, clinging to her tree. She is a tiny sloth. And she watches her current intern come in with coffee and breakfast, and her intern is absolutely fascinated that the boss keeps a pet sloth, but she's known to be very kind of quirky. And Vivian kind of knows that eventually he's going to try and touch the sloth, and she's going to have to figure out how to explain how she's never in the room with the sloth at the same time. So her intern leaves, and the first thing she does is go to a meeting with upper management to talk about the upcoming projects based on the footage that they've collected. Ian, what's the recent footage?
The recent footage is a car chase through multiple cameras, some storefront cameras. One part of it is drone found footage of what appears to be a 3-car chase with gunfire happening. The thing that makes this of interest to your company is the fact that there is at one point in the chase, someone gets on top of their car and leaps about 30 feet to another one of the cars. That car destabilizes, hits off the road, and the person who leapt emerges from the wreck, staggering, but still moving. When they really shouldn't have, because the car crashed with them on top of it.
Nice. Okay, so after that, she goes to a meeting in the writer's room and has her usual argument where they don't understand her vision, and why does she always film her action sequences first and then expect them to write a narrative around them? And she brings up her usual argument that it's a habit she picked up from her documentary days, because you find the story as you go along. Maybe next time she'll do it their way, and everyone in the room knows she's lying because this is the same argument she's used for the past 5 years. So then she meets up with her editor, and they have lunch, and she convinces him to go to the casting call for her because they're casting for a very specific role, and the actor that the studio wants to go with is someone that she can't stand being in the same room with. The last time it got kind of violent, and she wants to avoid that. She then reschedules an interview and spends the rest of her afternoon sitting in her office, staring at her IMDb page and watching a video of herself online with interviews of her previous career. She gets herself upset and ends up going to drink away her sorrows again.
Again. Alright.
Okay. So, Chelsea, are you and Snake's one, is this going to be a joint one?
I think so.
Or are you going to be having done something today and Snake's just like noir and like...
I don't have any speeches.
I was smoking in my
I don't have
office.
any speeches. I just want you to know.
I mean, honestly, he probably would have gotten to work on time. I would have rolled in afterwards.
Okay, so the dawn has happened. Are you two in different apartments or like rooms in the same one?
Could be same apartment building.
Same apartment.
We didn't really discuss living situations. I didn't think about it until a minute ago.
We discussed our backstory.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad there's at least that basic establishment.
All right. Yeah, so we live in the same apartment building, not the same apartment because we have very different lifestyles, I would say. And although while we are brothers, we will kill each other if we live together. So, we both work in the FBI, which is in the Falls District South. That's where we're headquartered and on assignment at. Zach tends to.
So do you just want to do your intro first, actually? Let's say they were separated that night. Just to make this intro easier.
Okay.
So what did you do during the day without Zach?
He would get to work. I mean, people would be kind of perturbed, but he's so charismatic that, like, people have just sort of come to expect it and accept it. So they realize that, you know, Zach, even though can be kind of I guess, what's the word for it? Kind of a
Flaky?
slacker.
Mhm.
Yeah, kind of flaky. He gets the results, and especially when he's teamed up with his brother. So that's why he can sort of get away with things, getting away with murder, if you will. You know, he doesn't murder people, but anyway. So, I mean, he would basically just work on his case. If he needed to do any sort of investigations outside of the office, he would. Otherwise, he's kind of just a regular, boring day. He likes to go to the den for him and his brother, like, hang out there as regulars. I don't want to speak for Snake, but if Snake goes, or
That's fine.
If Zach goes there to drink, then he goes there to, like, pick up chicks.
Okay. Fair enough. So you complete a relatively normal day and you end up in the den. Okay, so Snake.
So, strangely, so my character's name is Zach Morgan of the very famous Morgan Brothers, because we both have.
Oh, I'm Aiden.
And her character's Aiden. They both have Fame 3, which is why they're very famous. They are famous for cracking cold cases and dead cases that no one thought could ever be solved. And these guys just kept solving them over and over again, to the point where people started to take notice and, like, hey, it's the Morgan Brothers, that kind of nonsense, because they just keep doing it. And
You have at least 3 Netflix series about serial killers where you're involved.
And that's because they're both mages and they're cheating. They're just using magic to cheat to find people. So they find a murder weapon and they know where that person is. And then they just make up investigative nonsense and pretend to be the smartest people in the room and then just cheat. But Zach wakes up a little late today. He had an all-nighter at a stakeout somewhere for something unrelated to whatever we're doing. And he wakes up in his recliner, and he's still dressed, and his hand is still on his bottle of whiskey. And he just kind of wakes up and takes a swig and then realizes he has places to go. He makes sure his badge is on the right hip and his gun is in his left hip holster, and he just goes to work and stumbles in and finagles about his day until it's time to go back to the den.
So what I'm really getting is pretty much all of you use magic to just make your everyday day job easy.
It's a good living.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't.
No, you're right. I guess
Except I'm using
Alexander
my
doesn't.
cell phone right now to look up recipes for drinks, so I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, so... Oh, wait, the den.
Oh,
The
we saw
den.
this slightly last
Oh
week.
boy.
It's about 9 o'clock. Let's see. Do I actually have everyone here? Yeah, I have Vivian, Zach, Curly, Q, and Aiden. Okay. Looks like I have everyone here. Most of the bar is currently with Father Bear and Mother Mercy. They're the ones behind the bar, trying to. Mother Mercy's trying to teach Q how to bartend, after realizing Q does not know as much as Q claimed. There's a few people sitting out in corners. Larry, it turns out, is Larry's near the emergency exit because he's learned long enough that sometimes like a new Farah gets in and doesn't know that Larry's okay. So Larry,
Oh, that's a great one.
there's currently it's amateur jazz hour. However, so amateur. So they're currently playing. They're playing neo retro neo jazz. Which,
Okay.
With bagpipes.
so one person has bagpipes and the other has a saxophone.
Q is really into it.
Brother
Is this a
Bear
real
is
thing?
currently the bouncer outside. Yeah.
Is that actually a real thing?
Neo.
Yeah.
It is not, but in
Okay.
the distant future, it is.
I was just
It
making
isn't
sure.
yet because Ian hasn't made it yet.
Oh.
This is
And
what's
so
been
you
put
have
in
the
on the map.
occasional group of people like sitting in places. This whole the bar's not really going to pick up until after 10, so it's currently 9:30. There's several groups of people around, each trying to have their own small conversations. So if a bunch of you are regulars, let's see. So Curly's waiting for the people the two groups of Farah he's invited to actually for their representatives. Both are being fashionably late as a power move.
Of course.
Uh,
Curly is also the packet of meat, a couple
Yep.
essence worth. She is giving to, I guess, maybe Q. She pulls you aside and says, like, "Can you do me a favor and get this to Mama Bear for me?
Sure
It's
thing.
a general payment for allowing me to have my negotiations here. Thank you very much."
Not a problem. I do a quick little salute, and I shuffle over to Mother Bear with a bag.
Mother Mercy looks at the bag, looks at Curly, looks at you, picks up the bag and says, "Thank you, Q, and thank you, Curly.
She gives a little thumbs up.
I'm gonna have to get this to the freezer." Mother Mercy starts going to the kitchen, leaving Q now having to deal with the order of Zach. Zach, what do you order at the bar?
Let's see. Is there a famous drink of the den?
The favorite drink is there's a challenge drink called the Hibernator that if you can drink it and stay awake for an hour after and not get drunk, your name gets put onto the wall behind.
Oh, fancy.
But as for famous drink, they have a local brewed beer that they brew in their basement that you suspect has something to do with the spirit world. It's made of fermented spirit berries, and it tastes utterly weird, but actually quite good. The Farah swear by it. Non-Farah don't like it as much. It's effectively spirit essence. It's fermented spirit essence. Strangely enough, Vivian, it could be one of your favorite drinks. You're
Sounds
a
like a good time.
vegetarian Farah, which is extraordinarily rare.
You know what? Zach will look at Q and say, "I'll have a Manhattan," assuming he knows that Q knows what that is.
Q just starts drumming the table for a second, and then just nods and just smiles. Smiles for a little too long, and then just dips behind the bar.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. And he takes it. Zach is also smoking at the moment.
Yeah, he reemerges with what looks to be a whole stein, and it's just completely frothing over.
I don't think that's quite right.
He puts a little umbrella, and then he puts an olive, and then he puts celery stick.
No, this is perfect for me. I'll take it back.
It's actually half a bottle of vodka and some tonic
Oh,
water.
Jesus.
Mother Mercy heads back from the kitchen, sees the stein, sees the umbrella, sees the olive, and shrugs. And sort of just starts keeping a better eye on you. So you have like the night goes on a bit. About 15 minutes later, the jazz band is starting to the neo post neo jazz finally ends, and they're about to stop playing when the saxophone and the bagpipe seem to, like, the two players seem to start acting a bit strange, and they start playing a song. So you start hear the bagpipe goes bam bam, and the saxophone is not saying saxophone noises. So people can start. So it starts doing boom boom da 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 boom da 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 da. People can roll intelligence and occult to try to figure out if something's going on.
Intelligence and occult, or intelligence or occult.
Intelligence and occult. So almost every skill roll, I will have one of your attributes plus your skill. You add up the dots, and that is how many dice you roll.
Oh, I didn't do the special roll, but that's one success for me.
Okay.
It might be too small, my rolls, with the formatting to make them small.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so Zach knows something's up, but he doesn't know what. Except, so,
sorry, can you guys hear the washing machine, or is it okay?
We can't hear it.
Okay, good. Just want to check.
Curly, Zach, and Vivian all know that music shouldn't be coming out of the saxophone, and it doesn't seem like the saxophone player wants it to come out of the saxophone. This is not something bad is happening. Q. This is
success.
You think this, you fear this is part of a paraphernalia.
Oh.
That only makes sense to John. That's okay. As out of one of the beer pouring things, right next to Q, a figure kind of impossibly squeezes out, and is now on the table.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Fun.
Mother Bear reacts very quickly. The music is still playing, and you guys then hear then hear a gigantic crash as a van smashes through one of the outside walls,
Jeez.
careening into a table. Out of it, piling, what appear to be 6 leather-dressed, crazy, gangster-looking types. So, everyone roll initiative. So, initiative is
Okay.
you roll 1 10-sided dice plus your initiative modifier. For the sake of my own sanity, everyone else at the bar is just going to be 0 or 1 initiative. Whoo! We're getting some.
Oh, damn. We're getting good rolls. Oh my god, Snake.
So Snake, how are you getting that high?
Ah, there we go.
I'm going to be shooting someone.
It's a quick draw. He's got a firearm.
My initiative goes down to 12 after this.
Okay, fair enough. So let's see. I'm going to try. Curly is 18. Q is 17. Aiden is 15. I'm trying to use the character's names so I get them.
You might want to put the names under your characters. Might make it easier. Like I've got Q, human form.
Only people who can control the characters can see the nameplates.
Oh, I see.
So I can try to get if I give everyone control of everyone's characters, you guys can see each other's nameplates.
That might not be a bad idea if we just trust each other not to move each other.
Okay.
Would you really trust me with that much power?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay.
You're wiser than I thought.
Okay. And I will have I'll just make that 14. Okay, so in the RPG chat, because I've put the initiative. So
Mr.
Zach,
X. God
You
damn
get
it.
to go
Oh
first.
god, that's actually his face, isn't it? Son of a bitch.
Yep.
I didn't even notice.
Bound down, 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 down.
Oh shit. God damn it, Ian.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Zach, there is a 10-foot tall, trench-coated, blue-faced man who is staring intently at one of the people dressed in flowing robes across the room.
Alright. Zach's gonna shoot him. He's gonna
Okay.
shoot him like center mass, just like he was taught. Also because he's cheating. He's going to spend a willpower and make this first shot count.
Before
Oh.
you roll,
Too late. You should have warned me before.
This guy gets this guy's 6 defense,
Oh fuck, that's right. Okay, so I need to -6.
even against firearms.
Right. I forgot that you have to tell me the defense. It's not like D&D where we can't. It doesn't matter if we know the AC. So I'll try that
Yes,
again.
Sadly, I do need to tell you the defense.
All right. Still pretty
Okay,
good.
That's still a fit. I love how fucking complicated that
Right?
formula is. Okay. You fire into center mass. Your bullet, really, it should have hit harder. Mr. X doesn't seem to care. Your bullet definitely hit him. And you can see black ichor pouring out of the wounds, he does not look at you.
Interesting.
Curly, it is your turn.
Okay. Curly is going to immediately transform. You let us start at Harmony 5, so I don't
Yeah.
think it costs any essence, correct?
No.
Did it reflexively? Okay.
Mhm.
So Curly is going to transform, growing her wings. She doesn't have her war paint on, which is sad, but you know she'll make do. And she flies.
One
These three look-
moment. Frosty.
Okay, please, yes. Dang,
Bird.
there's a bird with a gun. So she is going to. She could fly basically anywhere in the room.
The room has
25.
about a 20-foot tall ceiling that goes into rafters.
Okay. She's not going to make use of the rafters, though. No. These three look slow to react, and they're mages, right? They're not weird creatures.
You
to her
don't know what
knowledge?
they are.
Okay. She doesn't know if they're durable, particularly. Do they look durable? Do they look quick to react?
It's hard to tell in a
Competent?
supernatural bar.
Okay.
They don't look like they're made out of rock. It appears like all three of them are in more flowing robes, and all of them are nursing drinks that are impossibly light colored. Like
Okay.
pinks and yellows and like neon green.
Okay. These two seem to be very wildy, so she's assuming those are wear something, or maybe changelings. She's going to jump over in front of these three,
Mm-hmm.
and she is going to fan out her wings to block them from view of the people in the van, as she points her
Okay.
gun at them, and says, "Yo, hold your fucking roll, there, partner. Just stay where you are. This is not the place for you to be
Roll
shooting up."
an intimidation and presence or strength.
Okay, presence or strength plus intimidation is nothing. She has no strength. She has no presence.
You
and
can
she has
still
zero
roll. It's
intimidation.
you're yelling, "Hey, you chose the wrong place, motherfucker!"
No. She's saying this isn't the place. Please leave. This is a bad idea.
Okay.
I'm so worried for you.
Okay.
Oh, also, the spirit jar that was on the table in front of her is mysteriously vanished because she's protective over it because it was well made. Yeah, so I don't know if that's any sort of roll, but that's what she's doing.
Fair enough. That you don't need to do a roll if all you're pretty much is saying, "I'm talking," without really expecting it to
Mhm.
to influence, and you go and block. Yeah, no rolls needed.
Okay.
Q. Just by it being here, you know this. It's a huntsman. It doesn't seem to be after you.
Sorry, you said it to me?
Yep. Q.
Alright.
This is a huntsman. You feel it in your very soul. It has iron somewhere on it.
Oh, fuck. Do I know these three at the bar?
You know that they are recent changelings to come near the court. They're transient. They were actually going to make their way through the Darien Gap.
That's fair enough. Do they see? They obviously see the huntsman, right?
They're slow to react, but they are reacting.
Alright. I quickly cup my hands and just kind of very quickly whisper a song that travels a distance to the huntsman, and try to put that bastard to sleep.
Okay. What is the is there an opposed roll?
There's an oppose. It's his composure plus his weird or whatever else he has.
Okay. Fair enough. So you roll yours, I roll mine, and we see who wins.
Exactly.
Okay. Composure plus weird. Okay.
Hey.
he stumbles and ends up falling over, crunching the chairs. You don't know how long your spell will hold, especially because you can already feel your spell dissipating because of the presence of iron on him.
Also, if anyone does, like, no one knows this, of course, but if anyone hurts him, does lethal damage, he wakes back up.
Oh, well. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, now after doing that, I look over his fallen body and yell to the other changelings, "Run!"
They're getting to it. Okay, it's Aiden.
He sort of is just like kind of irritated that this is going on while he's off of work. He's like, oh man, I'm just starting to get a buzz here. I guess he would try and see if this guy is a mage.
Oh, so you'd activate Prime Sight? Or would you be worried about
no.
the gangsters armed with various weapons and some guns?
No, I'd be doing the supernal vision? Is that what that is called? Yeah.
Mage Sight, right?
No? Supernal vision?
Okay.
Do you want me to give you... It's... I can tell... So, meta-wise, I wouldn't know that this guy is a huntsman or whatever.
No,
So that's
no
why
one, no one except the changelings do.
Yeah, so that's why I would be looking at... to try and see if this guy is a mage, and to gather, like, how much mana they have.
Yeah, to gather some intel.
Yeah.
So, roll, what the roll for scrutinizing with Mage Sight is...
Supernal vision is
a spell.
Not.
She's trying to
Mage
use a
Sight.
spell.
Oh, trying to use a spell. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're trying to look at something, so it's, build your spell.
Yeah. I would like to do that. The sheet is broken, Snake.
What do you mean?
Your roll thing is gone.
What do you mean? Be more descriptive with what's wrong.
Let me just refresh. Maybe there's something wrong.
Does she make a roll with that spell?
Yeah.
You always
okay.
make a roll.
It was just disappeared
Oh,
for a
okay.
second. I refreshed and it was fine.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's happened before.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
my
succeed.
goodness.
Okay. You look at it, and this is a creature, let's see, so with, Supernal Sight, what kind of information do you get?
Yeah, sure. It's, for reference, it's on page 166.
Okay.
By opening her subject's third eye, the mage reveals her fellows as the wells of supernal power they are. By studying a person, place, or location for one turn, the subject automatically knows whether it is connected to the supernal. If a person is mage, sleepwalker, proximus, sleeper. If place is demesne, verge. If
Yep.
an object is imbued, enhanced, or an artifact, you may ask a
Yeah,
number of the following
I'm
questions.
looking at it right now. Okay. So,
So she gets to ask questions up to potency, which is 2.
okay, what 2 questions do you want to, ask? Oh, you automatically know if it's connected to the supernal, if a mage, sleepwalker, proximus, or... Okay. So, this thing is magical, but it isn't mage magic.
Okay. Can I still ask questions about it then? I'm not
Sure. Yeah, you can ask 2 questions.
Snake, what would I ask?
If you...
Because all of the examples in the book are, like, specific to
Oh,
mage.
spend another each. So, you'll provoke a paradox die.
Alright.
and she can
Okay,
reveal
let
the
me-
nature of
let me roll
supernatural
that
beings
paradox
and
dice.
effects other than supernal phenomena. So she can get 2 basic questions on what is this creature.
Okay. So if you ask, it is a creature from the fairy realms, and I don't know how much the spell would actually tell you about like its purpose or what it can do. Yep, sorry. There isn't a clean way Mage interacts with other supernatural phenomena.
Well, that extra reach pushes that gap.
Okay, fair enough. And you can tell that it has been changed by another supernatural creature to... It is being controlled by a very powerful supernatural creature for a specific task.
Okay. Okay.
Though that's what you get out of it.
Okay.
You can also move, because that was... You gave him a good ogling.
Oh, am I not sitting next to my bro? My bro.
Oh, you should have moved yourself next to your bro.
Oh well. Maybe I just took the drink from the bar and sat by myself.
Do you
Okay.
want to go and flip a table? Do you want to try to run? Oh.
You said that these guys down here got guns.
Yes.
You probably activate your mage armor for a mana. I'm assuming forces, just to make it easy for the moment.
All right.
Okay. Damn these Imperial units.
Yeah, I think I'll get on the other side and flip the table.
Fair enough. You flip the table and you duck down. Okay. It is now
And squad.
Van Squad. They start running. 2 of them supernaturally fast. They start spreading out. These guys start using the table and van as cover. Like, the van's doors open and they're using the van's doors. And all of them, they're screaming, and you can tell, actually everyone can roll a perception, which is a wits plus composure, plus if you are in any kind of supernatural state, whatever associated bonuses. Because there's 3 templates at the table.
Mm-hmm. Just,
Okay.
I don't know what exceptional successes do. On.
I need to figure that out, because some of you guys are going to get a lot of exceptional successes. Well, at least you know very much what's kind of going on.
Would I get a willpower back?
Yes.
Okay.
So please, guys, spend willpower. It's a resource. Get it back for exceptional successes. We'll see if that rule needs to change later on, but... So for people who get 2 successes,
Sorry, 1 second. I'll roll mine too.
okay.
My pardon. Wits. Composure.
Okay, for everyone who got 2 successes, these guys have gang signs with them, but more prominently, they seem to have some kind of weird upside down cross with a circle at the bottom. Let me see if I can't post this to you guys. They have this symbol somewhere, like, branded on them. Some on their hands. One guy on his forehead.
Oh no, the URL tells me what these people are.
That's some meta power right there.
Yeah,
Try not to use the meta power.
I will not.
Thank you. So these guys are evidently some kind of gang. For the five successes, these guys, their canines are a bit big, and for all the were creatures in the room, Taint of the Worm. You suspect these are vampire gangsters. However, with 5 successes, you also see that several of them have, all of them have, seem to have been crying blood.
Jesus.
Recently, and they are they seem to be in the throes of wild emotions. That for the two people got 5, you can roll an intelligence plus occult to try to figure out what the hell is going on. Because remember, every turn is like 3 seconds. It's quick in this.
What was that
system.
roll you just asked for?
Intelligence plus occult.
occult.
Oh, clutch
Zach sees that he vaguely remembers vampires aren't supposed to feel like they're supposed to have kind of deadened emotions for the most part. The fact that these guys are super passionate means something's wrong with them. Vivian knows that knows a bit about the eternal enemy, the vampire, and knows that crying blood isn't normal. These guys seem to be drugged or spelled or something. Don't know exactly what, but you know it ain't normal.
Cool.
So, Van Squad, Aiden, one of them tries to take a shot at you.
Okay.
You're in cover, so you get.
I also got made the forces.
The forces shield, great. That's armor against attacks.
I don't know if it applies to firearms. I'd have to check.
It would apply to firearms. They're a mundane attack.
Okay.
You don't apply your defense, but if you get hit, it absorbs like your
I
arcana
see.
worth of. So effectively, you're using physics to stop bullets from hurting you as much. With cover, the vampire wildly shoots at your table and does not hit you. These two vampires run out onto the dance floor. 2 are staying by the van, and this one leaps on this table where a server's just cleaning up stuff and tries to hit the server with a baseball bat.
Jesus.
Yikes.
The server gets
no.
hit by the baseball bat and stumbles slightly away.
Mother Bear might be irritated.
Okay, Mr. X starts waking up. But
Whoa.
spends his turn waking up and standing up.
Oh, no, I have to delete my.
Make sure you move my initiative down to 12, by the way.
Okay, fair enough. You spent your first turn shooting someone. Okay. Oh. I have to do shift. Enter. There. Okay. And the two that are running at the dance floor seem to be running towards Curly because Curly's making herself a big target.
Mhm.
Vivian, it's your turn.
Okay, would these be the same vampires that she was discussing earlier today?
No,
Or
but you've seen
similar.
You've seen the gang symbol before.
Okay. I guess I just like to go to war form, please.
Okay. Your wish is my command. Boom. The chair immediately breaks as a 12-foot tall prehistoric sloth monstrosity appears where Vivian once was.
Oh, ye gods.
Big sloth.
What are you going to do? There's a little bit of space. Do you want to focus on the big guy, or do you want to focus on the
X gonna give it to you.
See, I'm kind of torn because he's in my way,
Do it.
but I think she would like the vampires, right?
Fair,
like that
fair.
would be a. But
That's what Xiaomi did. Remember?
but I mean,
She was really bloodthirsty, to be
How
fair.
fast can you go?
True.
Because consider you might not be able to attack if you're.
Yeah.
Are you going to give yourself the purity strength
Yeah, might as well. Let's do her.
and the claws?
Yep.
Okay. Remember to set those buffs. 8 again on claw attacks and +3 strength. God. So, you can leap across the bar and slam into Mr. X, or you can spend your entire move, like effectively do a double move, and not be able to attack the vampires on the dance floor, but be right next to them.
Let's
charge
go
exists
for
in
the
this
big
game.
guy. Let's go
Yeah.
for the big guy.
Okay, are you gonna jump at him?
Yep.
Okay, roll strength plus athletics.
And I'm assuming this doesn't count as an attack.
No.
Does it? Okay.
This is not 8 again.
Strength.
So your strength in this form with the +3.
10.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Fair enough.
That's so many dice.
It's a bit awkward. The rafters get in your way a bit. You kind of slam above the rafters, get over this guy, and kind of just push your way towards Mr. X. Chairs are flying everywhere as you just go up to Mr. X. Are you gonna try to grapple, or are you gonna try to?
Yeah,
Like-
I like the idea of just like this gigantic sloth just like jumping across the room and then trying to jump on top of a guy.
Okay.
So let's try and
Roll.
grapple him.
Mr. X's defense is 6.
Okay.
So roll your strength plus brawl -6.
Okay.
It is 8 again.
Okay.
Remember to use that 8 again for me.
Gotcha.
Woof.
That's a lot of dices.
Okay. Mr. X is starting to move up, and even taller than Mr. X's 10 feet, a 12-foot tall, gigantic prehistoric sloth monster slams into him, and they start grappling over these tables.
Jesus, I need to get out of here.
Oh, God.
So the rest of the bar moves. The server just sprints into the kitchen. These two, seeing these two switch into werewolf forms and start going after the baseball bat guy at the table. Mother Bear turns into war form, leaps over the table, turning into war form, and going towards the van. And sort of bypassing the dude on the table. Father Bear also leaps over the table and just yells, "To the basement or the exit! Defend those that need it!" And he himself just picks up 2 bar patrons and starts running and shoves them towards the basement.
This guy reminds me...
Are there any mortals in here?
No mortals, only there's and if they are, they have to be werekin or sleepwalker. Or
Okay.
they can't be. They don't allow normal mortals in here, and if they are, effectively, both the bar and everyone involved tries to gently guide them to another place. They also have a bouncer up front who's good at determining if someone's immortal or not. The 3 changelings start trying to at the table Curly is winging out. Start running. Larry has already left.
Fucking Larry.
Larry has got good instincts.
Larry left when the big guy came out of the tap. One person who was in one of the VR machines opens up, sees the people, and closes the door to the VR machine. And these 2 hooded figures both run up, flip tables, and this vampire here who is shooting at Aiden, his gun... Let me do a GM roll to see if these go okay. Because this is a supernatural bar. Like, it's kind of like opening up a fight in a biker bar.
Yeah, that's what Curly was saying.
She knew.
Vampires never listen. He's in the wrong neighborhood.
Whew, okay. What appears to be a circle opens above this vampire, and sunlight streams down from it.
Jeez.
That's dark.
This guy just starts burning up, and then this vampire, gravity pulls him towards the sunlight portal, and he tries to not get sucked into it. He grabs onto a table and is currently digging in with supernatural strength to not fall into the sunlight portal. Okay. Let's see. Did I move? This person currently has ear pods in and does not know what's going on. The musicians are strangely transfixed, playing the opening bars of X Gonna Give It to You.
Oh my god.
Curly, it is your turn.
Okay. She is more concerned about keeping these folks safe, so she's going to kind of move with them. But at this point, as the people have started attacking, she is not going to continue to hesitate. So she's going to take a shot at, let's say, this guy?
The remaining guy on the dance floor?
Yep. What's the defense?
So shotguns.
She's using a pistol right now.
Oh, pistol. Yeah, you're in. You aren't in like knife fight range. No defense.
No defense? Damn. Okay.
No. Not everyone has defense against firearms. It takes special powers to have that, or be a were creature in war form.
Yes. All right. Oh, wait, I just do my normal roll. 6. Gun. Submit.
Bam.
Three
The bullet gets you fire the shot. The leather blocks some of it. the vampire slightly stumbles, but you do recall that vampires are kind of resistant to most bullets.
Hmm. She's mostly just doing it for show.
Okay. Q, it's your turn. There's a weresloth wrestling the huntsman. There are multiple weird creatures barreling down at the crazed vampires. What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna leap over the bar and turn into a dog. And let me see. What was my speed as a dog?
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've decided on a species factor there, but
Speed of a dog is 12,
okay. So plus your strength and dex.
which is actually slower than me, I think.
Okay.
No, my speed is 12. Never mind. So
Okay.
same either way. So I leap up, and do I go by? Wait. Do I know how?
Instead of feet, it's yards, but I don't think that this has yards.
Alright, so I just do 36 feet or so, right? So I can run over and join these changelings over here, right? I jump on top of the table.
Okay.
It's on what breed? I'm a Mexican hairless, by the way.
Okay, so Aiden, it's your turn.
Yep, I am trying to make a combined spell.
Oh boy.
I don't know if you can make a combined spell unless your gnosis is 3.
Oh,
I didn't know that was a prereq. Let's see.
I was looking at the gnosis table today.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, you can have one combined spell at Gnosis too.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah,
So one combined spell out at once?
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can do a combined spell, sorry.
okay. 'Cause
I misread the table.
It's fine. I've just been working on it.
Okay, are you nearly done?
Because Mage is stupid complicated.
Yeah, I had to build one too. Mine is a little simpler than yours.
Okay, so basically I want to use Words of Truth and Dispel Magic on Mr. X. Or Words of Truth for the room, and Dispel Magic on Mr. X specifically.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do, so I want an instant, I want to spend a reach on the Inspired condition for Words of Truth.
Fantastic.
And then in order to make it AoE, I think I have to increase the scale.
Yep, advanced scale.
Advanced scale. I will use my dedicated tool to negate that non-free reach. And then for the Dispel Magic,
The reaches you do on the first spell apply to the second because it's a combined spell.
Okay. Well, then I guess I would also, for Dispel Magic, I'd need to make it the duration.
So what
Longer.
what is your intended
Indefinite.
effect?
So I want to tell everyone, don't attack the blue guy. Something's wrong with his face.
Okay.
And then try and dispel any sort of magic that's controlling him because he's being.
So the only issue is
and I know
that your
this.
targets would have to be dispelled. You can't have different targets in a combined spell. It has to be the same target.
Oh, balls.
Yeah.
So you would inspire everyone and dispel
Right,
everyone.
and that's probably not what you want to do. That might piss
Nah.
somebody off. Why don't you just do Words of Truth?
Okay.
What is the inspired
Okay,
condition?
so your words of truth.
What is it?
Inspired condition is
The exceptional successes only require 3 instead of 5. And you regain a point of willpower.
That's really good. You probably want advanced duration then instead of an advanced scale. That way it lasts the whole scene.
but I want everyone in the room.
Oh, then you want both then. And you can only choose 5 targets, by the way.
Okay, well then you...
Just the players on?
Yeah, just the players.
Sorry, what's this? I had to walk away for a moment.
Chelsea's building a spell.
They're building a spell.
Ooh, nice.
Who puts this... Oh,
Because
shit.
you have to, unless you're running around touching everyone, you have to do range. So you're going to have to spend
Yeah.
mana on this, but that's fine. So 1
Alright.
mana. Okay. You're using your tool down here. And you don't need potency, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Let me just delete this, because this is no longer true.
Okay, so you can roll that. And Ian, there's a chance die paradox.
Okay. Happy to roll chance die.
Let's see what happens. Oh,
Woo!
No!
which one of us is gonna cause the first paradox? Let's fucking find out.
It gets to be the paradox roulette.
So it works.
It works.
Alright, so... Aiden pops the olive from the vodka monstrosity drink into his mouth and then just sort of, like, stands up from behind the table and says, "Hey, don't, that something's wrong with that guy's face. He's being controlled. Try and subdue him." That's my words of truth thing. And then he just, like, takes a swig.
So anyone who tries to subdue Mr. X will get the inspired condition,
So at least that's applying
which
to
is
Alexandra right now.
regain a willpower.
Cool.
3 successes instead of 5 is exceptional.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay. Awesome. It is now Van Squad. Man, I am so used to doing the 1d20s that I should just start instinctually writing it out. Okay. So, several of them, some of them are trying to shoot at Mother Mercy. 1 shot and then 2. Mother Mercy takes 2 pistol bullets to her hide, but she doesn't seem to slow down. The one on the dance floor starts running towards, or you know what? Runs incredibly angrily towards Curly. And then Curly, does Curly have defense against firearms?
Yes.
What's your defense against firearms?
7.
Okay. And rolls a chance.
Well, actually, if I am acting as cover for these people, I'm not sure if I get defense. I think I'm being a human shield right now, if that is. But I can also. I don't know what I'm doing exactly, if that fits any rules.
Oh, I guess you're being the target first. So you're it kind of means that with your wings you could probably push people out of the ways.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll still let you have your defense
Alright.
there.
Hooray.
It's a chance dice. Critical failure. Dramatic failure. First of the game, not a player. He fires a gun and pretty much just stumbles and slides right there on the ground. His gun going to Curly's feet.
Reflexive action. It's in her pocket already.
Nice.
Nice.
Because you have reflexive action larceny.
Mm-hmm.
Just so fucking dumb, but that's beautiful. Okay, so then one vampire gripping the table fails and gets sucked up into the portal and disappears.
Oof.
Oh no.
That's a shitty way to go.
Other vampire points a gun at the person he assumes points a gun at Aiden, who stood up to speak and did a speech. Aiden.
Yep.
Your force shield makes you only take 1 lethal instead of 4. So a bullet slows down but still nicks your shoulder, and you're now bleeding.
And then suddenly you're not, as your wound just fills in with black down and feathers and then is gone.
What the
And then
shit?
Curly's bleeding just the littlest bit.
Support.
Okay, that was Vampire Squad. Zach, it is your turn.
Alright, let me try this shit out. So, I'm gonna cast Clear Thoughts. And what this is gonna do, or try to do, is... I'm going to cast it on the remaining vampires. It is going to suppress mental conditions or tilts per level of potency. So let me just see if I even succeed in casting it. We'll see what happens after that. Well, fuck me. Nothing happens. And roll a chance die. Actually,
Okay.
does Paradox have a chance to occur if I don't cast the spell?
I think attempting to cast
Okay.
the spell causes the paradox.
Damn. That's 2 mana.
You're fine.
Mr. X.
Okay. So, the way grappling works in this system, because every system has stupid grappling rules, is that both of you roll... I think it's both of you roll strength and brawl. Whoever gets more successes wins the grapple and can inflict a grapple condition onto someone.
Okay.
So Mr. X, who's not bad at grappling, but not Warform Sloth good at grappling, you roll your full pool, he rolls his full pool. Because defense doesn't really matter when you're in the middle of a grapple. Mr. X gets no successes with 8 dice. Fuck me.
Do I have my reroll 8s on for this or no?
Yes, because it's Brawl.
And it's
Ooh.
Percy.
And it's Percy. So, you can either move to pin Mr. X, or you can inflict, I think it's 6 damage to Mr. X as you kind of just rake a claw across his back.
Well, didn't Aiden...
Actually, wait, you got a successional success because you're subduing Mr. X. You get to do an attack and do another grapple condition, aka pin or move.
Okay, let's
You
attack
can
and pin
manhandle
then.
Mr. X if you need.
All
What are you
right.
gonna do?
Attack and pin him.
Okay. You dig a claw into his back, and then, I guess, do a slothy suplex
Oh.
into another table,
I'm so graceful.
and effectively move your several-ton bulk onto Mr. X. But that's both of your turns, because you're in a grapple.
Real quick, Ian. I tried to use 5 potency, and you said I can't do more than 4. So can I roll 2 dice to make up for that?
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Yep. No worries. We're trying to figure out.
It doesn't matter anyway.
What happened.
Okay.
Okay. It's not a bad idea what you're trying to do. Unfortunately, 8 dice worth of not success
Doesn't work.
sucks. But Mr. X also had to happen to him. Okay, it's the rest of the bar. This vampire on the table just gets ripped apart by two angry were creatures. Mother Mercy picks up the truck and I don't know what a truck's equipment bonus is as a weapon. But smashes the truck into one of the vampires and they're crunched. So let's move this into the token. The truck is now on top of the dude. Okay, the mage who was doing the gravity tries to then just lift the table that the guy is holding onto into the sunlight portal using telekinesis. The table and the vampire disappear into the sunlight portal.
God.
Yikes.
Well,
The sunlight portal closes. Wherever they are, they're not here. And the three changelings start going towards the emergency exit. One of them touches the emergency exit, like closes the door, touches it, opens the door again, and it is not where it's supposed to be. When it opened, it looks kind of like a mushroom forest outside, and the three changelings run in. The people are still playing the continuation of Mr. X. Father Bear just takes the two people and throws them down into the basement and starts going towards the one person with ear pods that is still not paying any attention to the 22 feet combined of mass wrestling behind her. It is now Curly, your turn. The people you're trying to protect have fucked off into a magical portal.
Okay. If anyone's going to follow into the magical portal, it's probably going to be Q in her mind. So she is going to actually, especially after watching the devastation that's occurred to the other vampires, she is going to take a step closer to this one and wrap her wings all the way around him, just in a big radius, blocking everything out. And she's just going to try to negotiate. She's just going to say, look, you're probably not in your right state of mind. If you need blood, I got blood. You need something else, whatever. I'm going to keep you safe if you just stop fighting. Can you do that for me?
Roll a persuasion plus manipulation.
I will. And that's barter, because I'm offering things.
Yep, sure.
And, right. Normal roll. 6. 3 successes.
The vampire hugs your feet because they're on the ground.
Oh, actually, I would get bonus dice for being parental, I think, in that sort of situation.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. Actually, maybe it does. It doesn't matter.
The vampire hugs your legs and starts crying.
Okay.
Blood streaming down their face, and they're just going, I feel so much right now!
Oh, no.
I never felt this much until after I died. That magic dust was killer.
Ditto that, but not the magic dust part.
Okay, so Curly's trying to figure out what's going on with these vampires. And protecting this vampire from the rampaging were creatures and portal-sucking mages. Q. There's a portal to the hedge that they open to run away from Mr. X. John?
Sorry, I muted myself for a second. Hey. You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Awesome. All right.
So there's a portal to the hedge that's open from the emergency exit. One of the closest vampire has been engulfed in this like raven person's wings.
3 changelings? Okay. I think I'm going to run over and slam the door shut.
Do you turn back into human form, or do you bite the door and pull it in dog form?
Oh, wait. Is the door opened inside or outside? Inwards or outwards?
Outwards. It's an emergency exit.
I guess you can still grab the door. Or do I have to use my powers to force it shut?
You can grab it with your mouth and pull.
Fuck it.
It's not elegant, but
this door is not going to stay open very long. I just stand guard in front of the door.
Okay.
Ready in action in case anyone comes nearby.
Okay. Aiden.
Alright, I am going to attempt
Growling menacingly.
Fantastic.
to dispel magic. I have it as a praxis.
Yep.
So that's 3 for exceptional
3 for
success?
exceptional success, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna... Wait, did I... Oh, I don't have it. Alright, so I'm just gonna sort of like finger gun at Mr. X and cast this dispel on him.
Okay, I need to figure out with your dispellation. How is it withstood by anything? I think it provokes a clash of wills.
Go back to Prime, you stupid thing. Okay. It is... Withstand is Arcanum rating of the subject spell's caster.
Ah, okay.
Is that... That's what the withstand says.
So you tried to dispel magic on him, and you find, like, as you tried to dispel, your spell tries to grab whatever's controlling this thing's heart and release it, but your spell can't find any grip on it. Your dispel unfortunately fails because it's not a mage spell.
Okay.
And also the thing that cast it is the equivalent of an archmage.
Ah.
So if it was weaker, your dispel would have worked. But whatever made this is too strong.
Okay.
No, it's a good idea.
Well, I guess I just pull out one of the chairs that's next to the table, just sit in it and look at the sloth.
You kind of... I tried.
Yeah, I tried.
Van Squad.
Van Squad. One last... this one... runs over to the table that Aiden's at, sits in another one of the chairs, takes the vodka drink,
Oh no.
and tries to knock it back.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh
Do
dear.
you try? Do
Hey,
you try,
careful! that shit's strong. I don't know what's in it. but-
are you gonna try? Are you gonna try to stop it, or?
No, go for it. You look like you need it.
It's messy. It's trying to drink it way too fast, and it just says, "I feel goddamn alive." You see the truck, like the truck starts shifting as the vampire underneath starts trying to move. Mother Bear picks up the truck and smashes the vampire again. Zach, it is your turn.
All right, just finishing this up.
You felt Aiden tried to do a spell on Mr. X, and
And it didn't work.
kind of not working.
So let's see. I'm gonna try telepathy. I'm gonna save a reach by actually just walking up because he's kind of occupied. So I'm just gonna kind of touch him.
There's a massive sloth and
I just need to touch for just a second.
I guess roll against no defense, a dexterity plus brawl to touch. Actually, wait, I wouldn't have.
Because
you
then
roll
I'd
anything.
have to make 2 rolls because I still have to roll for the mana or for the magic.
Yeah, you can touch him. It's not like you can touch a leg that's sticking out.
Okay, just a second. I wasn't finished.
You're only trying to do a touch.
Let's see. So this is against it's withstood by composure.
His composure's 4.
So he needs to roll that then. Wait, how does... Do I roll the potency or do I roll my dice?
I think the withstand, whatever successes he gets from it, act as sort
Or
of
is it-
armor against your spell.
Does he have to succeed? Or is it just a straight reduction?
I think it's a...
We need to figure that out.
I think it might be a straight reduction.
Yeah, I think it might be like armor. One second. Withstood.
We're all trying to relearn this.
Withstood
Oh,
spells reduce their potency by levels equal to the withstand rating.
Yep.
Okay, so I'd have to beat I mean, I wouldn't know this ahead of time, but I'd have to beat a 4, which I actually can't. So, I guess it doesn't matter.
You try you try telepathy with. I guess when you start trying to you'd only figure that out when you
After I did it,
touched
yeah. So yeah, I guess nothing happens. I just know it's strong.
It's strong-willed. It has a great poker face.
Oh yes.
Vivian. Actually, it's Mr.
No,
X
Mr. X.
/ the sloth.
Arr.
Are you? Sorry, go on.
It tries to break out of the grapple.
Okay.
Roll your brawl plus strength to try to keep it in there.
Cool. Wait, where did it go? I rolled, but
If you press the box and then the up arrow a few times.
okay. I'm rolling, but the rolls aren't showing up, so I'm just gonna restart.
Okay, because I'm not seeing your rolls.
Yeah, Roll20. Give it a second.
And I might get like 17 rolls at once after.
Okay. This is super annoying. There.
Hey,
Okay.
nailed it.
Okay, you win, and it's also an exceptional success. So you're gonna keep Mr. X pinned
Mm-hmm.
and do some more damage.
Yep.
Mr. X seems to be falling apart.
Nice.
Like just like you notice that like his arm is now separated from the rest of his body.
Can I do an observation to see if this is by design?
Roll a wits and composure. His arm is starting to crawl towards the beer tap.
Uh-oh.
So let me do a miniature Mr. X thing.
Oh no.
as his arm starts crawling away. Father Bear picks up the ear pod lady, runs towards the basement, and gently chucks her in.
Gently check.
The two Aiden, the two werewolves from across the bar charge over to the vampire, and it's distracted by drinking. They sink their claws into the vampire's back, and it's gonna have a very bad time.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that's not very nice.
Well, these are vampires fighting worm-tainted stuff.
Yeah.
The two mages are going to start kind of retreating a bit further because they don't really want to get in between the two 10-foot tall angry wolf creatures and their prey.
Mm-hmm.
The person in the VR machine opens the door again and then closes it as the violence is still happening. The band keeps playing Curly.
Okay. Curly is kind of not in fight mode right now, just in keep this person safe and maybe get some information out of them mode. Do they have any other weapons on them? I know they're not using them right now.
No.
Okay. Then she's just going to try and get them calmed. She's got training in people who are a bit emotional with her psychology and all, so I'm going to try and do a psychology, medicine plus composure. Would that work?
It would
medicine
probably
plus
be empathy plus composure.
Empathy plus composure. I can do that.
As you're just trying to emotionally calm this person down.
Okay, and I'll add my dice because of the sheltering appearance. Yeah. Alright. Keep starting the type of the roll, but... Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh
Curly does
no.
not seem to be able to calm this one.
It is now time for Q.
Q whines horribly seeing this hand crawl away. He's gonna try to... So I can move 36 feet.
Yep.
But you can move twice your speed in one round if you don't do anything else, right?
Yep.
Could I do a charge action and hit 48?
You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, there is charge written in the book, which is do double your distance and attack, but you lose all defense.
That's fine by me. I go full out and play fetch with the hand.
Okay, I'll roll a strength plus brawl.
Yep. Q just starts leaping over tables, sprints along, and just goes at it like a big juicy steak and just rips that arm. Brawl pro strength, you said?
Yep. No defense. It's an arm.
1 success.
Okay, and the arm is gonna try to resist. Okay. So, I guess does.
I'm fighting the one-armed man.
So both you and the arm are now locked in a struggle as you're now kind of near the bar edge.
It's a big arm.
It's a
fucking big arm.
It's a big arm. Aiden. Your drink just got smashed by two werewolves smashing the vampire who was drinking it.
And there's a thermos on the table near you, though, if you want another drink.
That's tempting. But no. I was gonna. I also saw the arm and was going to do some gravity on it, but
So you
Doggo.
do actually roll wits and composure if you see the saga of the arm trying to escape.
Okay.
Is it that hard to see with the dog now attacking it?
Well, there's the main problem is one big creature, two
Oh,
big
I see.
creature, three big creature.
Would I need to roll to see it?
No, it was slumping right next
Okay,
to you.
just making sure.
Hello, where is this?
So wits
Oh,
plus
hold on a second.
composure.
Okay. I got 1 success.
You see the arm trying to make an escape with the dog now trying to wrestle with it.
And Doggo looks like it's having trouble.
Having difficulties, yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to cast my gravity on it and just put a ton of weight on the arm so it doesn't move. So gravity
Okay.
going down, really heavy. And this is a road. So I start doing some cool like hand signs, like Doctor Strange, like that.
Oh, okay. I was imagining Naruto.
That could work too, honestly.
All right.
Success.
Okay. The arm, so I guess it's imposing a potency of penalty on trying to do physical actions. I think that's the way gravity works in this. Regardless, the arm suddenly seems like it's fighting just to stay up. You are unaffected.
This is convenient.
Actually, yeah, Chelsea, is it control gravity?
Yeah.
So that means 142.
Now, you said it's falling
There's no
apart.
withstand.
Are there other parts of this guy going around right now?
Currently, this is the only one that has tried to escape the trenchcoat mass. You don't know if there's more.
Oh dear.
So it's Van, the Van guy, hugging your leg, there, Frosty.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes, "Oh, it's so nice to feel that blue man really did change my life."
Okay, that's creepy. Hey, lots of people out there changing lives, I guess. No judgment.
Okay.
Guess that's the last of Van Squad, right?
That's the last of Van Squad because Dirty Dan, the drinker, did not survive
Damn.
that, and the driver also did not survive the van being smashed into them.
Live by the van, die by the van.
Oh no, what if they're just the vanguard of a bigger
Oh
force?
no. But this is a giant vanity project, though.
Okay. Zach and the puns.
Good. Okay, so that was Aiden. Van Squad kind of went.
Oh my God.
They aren't really going anywhere. Zach, it is your turn. You see Mr. X's arm is now enspelled
It's
and
pinned.
dogged.
Is there actually any other target other than Mr. X? I guess I can just shoot Mr. X while he's not. Did my bullet do do I know if my bullet did nothing to him or that he just
he did a no show.
No
He
sell.
did a no sell, but you did see it actually did hit him. It did hurt.
Also, if you ignore my words of truth, you'll feel guilty.
Oh no.
Subdue.
All right, I'll shoot the man who is pinned, so maybe he doesn't even get defense. I don't know.
He doesn't get defense. No.
I'll shoot him.
Just execution.
Yeah.
There's actually rules for execution.
Is he in an executable state? I guess if he's pinned, is he helpless? I don't know how this game works.
He doesn't get defense.
Okay. Frosty, is that what you're talking about? Or something different?
No, there's something where all of your dice are successes if someone is like for the coup de grace of this game, basically.
Really?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do.
So Mr. X has been like double pinned on.
But it is always a breaking point for I don't know what mages do, but it's like very, very
it wouldn't be a breaking point because this is obviously a magical.
This is
thing.
a monster, not a person. So I guess that's 12 dice. If I don't have to roll.
Okay, you put your gun against Mr. X's head. You want to see if he can no-sell this. His defense actually does work because it's magical fairy shit. But you still do 6 successes
plus 2 damage for the for the gun.
For the Colt. You do 8 lethal and Mr. X stops moving.
Hey.
And the arm also stops moving.
Phew. Spit it out.
Hey, it wasn't as bad as the dream, I'm sure.
The Mother Bear starts going onto the dance floor. The 2 werewolves start approaching Curly. And one of them just growls out. The other were creatures understand this much more eloquently than the non-were creatures. It says, "The last one's with you. Give it." For everyone else, it's just give.
Curly kind of half unfolds her wings so that this one is wrapped just in one wing to her side, kind of. And she is going to flare her renown as Honor 3 and say, "This one stays with me. I know what to do with them. And you're not doing this."
Roll a persuasion plus manipulation as you try to get them to not just kill the vampire who's currently wrapped around your legs crying.
All right. Let's add willpower to that. So 9, and if my appearance matters, then 10 dice.
Your appearance does matter.
Okay. Yeah, let me double check that. Manipulation 2, persuasion 3, so 5. 5, 8, 9. Okay.
Are you going to spend a willpower on this?
I sure did.
Oof.
Save the boy. Oh no.
Oh my
It's only
God.
1. I'm glad I rolled willpower.
Flaring your renown like that causes the weird they shrink down into wolf people form instead as the immediate danger has gone off. Mother Mercy, still in war form, goes over and just says, "Find out why it attacked."
Yeah, that's the fucking plan. Thanks.
Mother Mercy turns into bear woman form and continues up.
Oh boy.
Is
And
the
she
combat?
says, "If you don't find out, I am going to find out."
Yeah, I wish.
No one drives a van through my. No one drives a van through my goddamn wall without me finding somewhere to put the bill. Also, what the hell was that? She points towards the now still corpse of Mr. X.
Curly says in a voice that's not. Hopefully, her wing muffles it from the emotional sobbing vampire at her feet. Says, "Okay, I'm good cop. Who wants to be bad cop?" She looks to the Morgan brothers.
Let me take a crack.
Hey, I take offense to that.
Are we out of initiative order
I think
now,
so.
Or?
We're out of initiative order.
Alright, well, no one's paying attention.
There's a single sobbing vampire and a bunch of were creatures who's like, I want a piece. No, I want a piece.
Vivian ungrapples Mr. X.
So Zach is just gonna walk up and say, "Just let me see him visually."
Q sees that the vampire isn't about to be ripped to pieces, it looks like. So he's going to take this opportunity to try to clean up. He just hucks the arm into the pile of Mr. X, who has been X'd out. And then he jumps over the bar and grabs a nice big full bottle of alcohol and starts shoving a rag in it. And grabs the lighter.
Okay, she sort of parts a couple feathers of her wing so that just Zach can see.
So Zach takes out a notebook and sits down at the table and points one hand at the person. Not touching him, just pointing at him. And starts to do a mental scan every turn.
Alright.
So I'm going to read his
She's
thoughts.
going to try again to do psychology.
This guy kind of like imagine.
Ooh, that gets me a mana back. Sorry.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Hey, mana is candy. It's so good.
I know.
I love it. I wasted a lot
I
today.
eat that fast.
So you, how deep?
So this is surface
Scanning.
thought. I'm just doing surface thoughts because I want to figure out.
These thoughts are going really fast. It's cycling through. I love this bird creature. Ah, my friends are dead. Oh, I wonder if my guns around. And it's kind of like this person just has incredibly potent, powerful, emotional ADHD. This is not a natural state.
Okay. I think Curly's going to try her best to just do, like, psychology, calm them down, like a extended action maybe, to try and calm them down and get them to explain themselves a bit better. And so she's going to start out with, like, so can you tell me your name, at least?
The
from there.
vampire, he gives up his name willingly. Hernandez. That's the
Hernandez.
name I was given in the pit.
In the pit, okay.
Keep asking
Can you tell me about
questions.
I plan. That's the idea, yeah.
He just kind of rudely interjects.
There's just a fucking peanut gap.
Okay, this is way too many cooks in this kitchen. I'm gonna get some more. And she like wraps her wings around again, with just the one crack for Zach.
Okay.
And Aiden says, "Yeah, I'm gonna hit the bar. Call me if you need me, bro." And he just like hops over here and is like,
Oh, actually,
Sure thing.
She parts a bit more. Like her head comes up over the wings, and she says, "Oh, actually, could you get that thermos on the table over there? Maybe
me?
a bribe might."
I guess he's just saying.
"Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me?"
Just kind of the room, but probably Aiden or probably Zach, because Zach's nearby.
But yeah, Aiden just ignores you.
Yeah, I'm kind of busy here.
Maybe this one.
Mother Mercy takes the thermos and gives it to you.
Okay, thanks. Maybe this one just needs. Can I evaluate their blood potency or figure anything else out about them with medicine? Or
It's really hard without a magical power.
okay. She says, "You hungry at all? You need blood?"
You start. So he just. So what exactly are you asking?
I'm trying to calm him, make him more right.
Okay, you give him some blood, and then he goes, "Oh man, this shit's good, but it's not as good as the stuff the blue man gave.
Okay, the blue. Can you tell me where to find the blue man?
He's over there in pieces."
Aren't they usually in Las Vegas?
Blue Man Group.
Yes.
Okay, and the blue. Okay, so That was the blue.
You killed my supply of the best blood I've ever had, man.
So it was the blood that got you feeling like
Well,
this?
it was like he gave us like a brick that was seemingly made of gold, but inside was like gold blood, and it was amazing.
Can I hear this, by the way?
Oh, totally.
Can I roll an occult on it?
Oh yeah, everyone who hears this can do an intelligence and occult. It'll be less difficult for Dog Boy over there.
That's 6.
Okay.
Intelligence?
I have a cult.
Four successes, okay.
God damn it.
Remember the slash.
Yeah, I deleted the flashback.
Okay, so, so this is a little bit of obscure knowledge for those outside of Changeling. So, Chelsea, Aiden and Vivian both know that different types of blood supposedly have different effects on vampires. Like, supernatural blood has different effects, but you don't really know too much. Zach, you don't really understand why a vampire biting a gold brick would lead to this. Q and Curly, which is a great name for some kind of weird podcast.
That's a radio show.
You know that changeling blood or fairy blood causes vampires, supposedly, now you kind of have it confirmed in rumor, confirmed right in front of you, that changeling blood causes vampires to feel incredibly powerful emotions that they otherwise can't.
Okay.
So it removes all emotional regulation from the undead and makes them incredibly persuadable, but also incredibly mood swingy.
Well, that's good news for us, actually, because persuading them might be useful. Okay. Can we? Curly pokes her head up and says, "Can we do something to clear the room with some people who have an energy I don't particularly appreciate? Mainly those two." Maybe get Larry back in.
The two werewolf. Mother Mercy says Larry won't be back for at least 2 days.
Okay.
He knows to let things settle down. And she turns to the two werewolves and be like, "We have plenty of muscle to rip them apart if we need. Skedaddle." These two go back to their table.
Or at least it's appreciated. Thank you, Mama. Or, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
you
think
can
she
say
just goes
Mama.
Mama. Okay.
Or Mother.
So she's gonna uncurl her wings now and just sit down at a chair with the. Oh, that's the thermos of blood. Okay. I forgot that was moved over. And I invite the rest of the party to join the discussion.
The two mages go back to their drinks. The whole bar settles down.
She kind of looks.
Brother Bear takes the car and just takes the truck that smashed through and just drags it outside.
Who's at the bar?
Huh?
Who was at the bar?
Me?
Q stands back up as a human form, not a dog anymore, holding a makeshift Molotov. And he's looking at instructions on his phone at the same time. He's trying to get this right. He's got his lighter. You see a singeing on the rag.
You go to try to stop it.
He doesn't seem to know how to make a Molotov.
Well, yeah, clearly, because they're filled with gasoline, not alcohol.
Is that supposed to be for me?
Kind of looks surprised. They're like, wait, no. I'm gonna burn. Huntsman, get rid of him. Clean up. Clean up an aisle. We have aisle. We know aisles. Clean up on the dance floor. Clean up on the dance floor.
Before you do that, can I just get a beer? I don't care what you're doing.
Shit. Fine. Gets you like a quick bottle under the bar there and just puts it down.
All right. I use like my mage power and just like hop off the cap and just walk over.
Curly also looks to Vivian in her big sloth, or I don't know if you're still in your big sloth form, but she's like, "You good? You gonna start anything?"
Vivian's just kind of like poking at the Mr. X corpse with her like big sloth hands.
Q asks, "Is it moving? Is it moving? Is it moving?"
She grunts, "No."
Q gets like really inspective over it.
Mother Bear, realizing that the two mages and Curly can probably handle the vampire for now, goes over to the pile of Mr. X, sort of opens the trench coat. You see the terrible wounds all of you were inflicting upon Mr. X, and then kind of turns back into a big form and starts dragging the whole thing out with the van.
Jesus. All right.
Q's gonna start following, and he's trying to light his Molotov again.
Okay.
Mother Mercy just goes, "Wait till it's outside at least."
I will follow.
Okay. So while what was his name?
Horrendous.
Something.
Horrendous.
So while Horrendous is drinking some little bit of cups of blood, and Curly's like, "Okay, so that's changeling blood. Do we know any changelings dead in the city? Where'd the huntsman get that? Anybody?"
The only changeling still left in the room is currently trying to light a body on fire.
I'm sitting across the table from two master detectives who can't seem to figure out if they know.
Hey, my brother does the figuring out stuff. I just do.
Wait,
Zach.
How loud are they asking this, by the way?
Reasonably.
I just like turn over like my shoulder and yell, "Yeah!"
What?
Yeah, you know where some dead changelings would be.
I look back aghast.
Well, the blood came from somewhere, right? And I don't think it was donated.
I now suddenly look extremely concerned and drop my Molotov.
Oh no.
And the fire, it singes the dance floor, but it isn't like the gasoline explosion.
Holy shit,
Because
it
it's
worked.
alcohol.
Okay.
Aiden just starts clapping.
Wait, Curly realizes, wait, how long ago did you have this blood?
And the guy starts thinking about it, and he's like, "Well, you see, the blue guy brought us into like a place where gravity was all towards a star.
That's normal,
And,
yeah.
he gave us each a brick of this stuff, and then stuffed us in a van and said, 'Drive forward.'"
Huh.
Okay. Oh, so it was like 30
he was gonna
seconds
pay
ago?
us with another brick. Like after
Where's
we smashed into the building.
Are there
And we're
bricks in
like,
the van?
Hell yeah.
The physical outside part of the brick, is that the van then?
Well, when you drink a brick, you drink all of it.
Okay, well then, I'm gonna need you to...
That blue guy might have more in his like endless trench coat.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to throw up, actually, is what's gonna happen here, and then my friend Zach
1
can
second before you do
trace
that.
that, right?
Because Zach doesn't want to be in the splash zone. I'm gonna cast correspondence. I can follow a trail of sympathetic links, and I can know them in broad terms, such as my childhood home, or like, so I can follow a trail like a wedding ring to its owner, then to its owner's spouse, and to the spouse's place of employment. I'm trying to figure out where these
Can you
bricks
track the
came
blood while
from.
it's still inside him?
No, I'm touching him, and he's linked to the blood that he drank, which is linked to the person who gave it to him.
Yeah. Or to the owner of the blood.
Or
originally.
sure, both. I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
trying to get a web of information as much as I can.
Okay, so you touch the guy.
Oh, actually,
You feel-
Curly's gonna.
You see a kind of the link flow over to the blue guy, where he got the blood from. Then you see another link fly open to the emergency exit, which still looks like it's a portal to a mushroom forest.
Oh
Interesting.
shit, that's still open?
Yes.
Oh, shite.
But no one else knows that it's dangerous.
Now,
Or what
Q is now mildly panicking over the fact he set the dance floor on fire, and the fact that the dance is still open, he just realized, and the fact that that blood came from somewhere. He's not having a good time at this exact moment.
Yeah. Curly also realizes she might get a better idea of the story from the eye of one of the other vampires than
There's
one
at
that
least
was not.
one or two vampires that there's two vampires who have eyes left.
Okay.
The
So
one that
she's
was
gonna
crushed
kind of-
by the van was not. Does not really have a discernible eye left. And the two sucked into the sunlight portal.
Or the sunlight
you
portal.
you have no idea where those are.
Okay.
So Snake, when you're measuring spatial sympathies,
Mm-hmm.
do you actually know where the endpoint is, or do you just kind of see them go off into the distance?
I don't even think it's a visual thing. This is an informational, like, how do I describe it?
We're gonna do this a lot with Mage.
Right. I'm just trying to know broad terms about each link in the chain.
Okay.
Like, who are these people to?
So, you see a broad link between this vampire, his fellow vampires, and an organization that has that upside down cross symbol. You see the link between the blood currently in this guy's system and the web expands throughout the city. You realize that this guy, through drinking other vampires, through drinking blood, and he's drunk a lot of blood from a lot of different people. So the whole thing's a bit muddled, but you do see one link that seems to go into whatever weird realm that was opened.
Oh, that's bad.
So it's blood from something in there.
And Zach is writing this down, but also kind of talking to Curly at the same time. Just kind of reiterating once he understands the thought. In case Curly has any idea what's happening.
Q is going to run away from the fire he set, apologizing profusely to Mother Bear as he goes, whipping out his cell phone and running to try to shut that door, by the way. Just runs past the table.
Okay.
Mage just kind of
Should we ask those three to come back? Curly is saying as she sees Q run past to the door.
She was on fire.
Hey, the blood's linked to that door. What's that door?
No doors here, no doors here. Clem, shut the door.
The link gets cut off as
Bam.
the door shuts.
Okay, that's not suspicious at all.
That's very suspicious.
Exactly, says Q with both arms like blocking the door.
I'm actually gonna just you keep our friend here safe for a minute, and Curly goes over to the body to take a little eye, see it from their side exactly
Take a
what
look-see.
happened. Well, I guess she's gonna see mostly the battle and how they died, but
That's true, actually.
so I don't know if she's gonna get anything from before then, but she's gonna be probably giving some angrier stares to those two as she goes through being killed by them.
It's very disconcerting seeing a vampire whose vision is fast enough to follow exactly what the werewolves are doing, but not fast enough to avoid it.
Oh.
However, you what do you get, the emotional state or just what they saw?
Great question. I can go find, and you can talk amongst yourselves. That's fine. Second.
Okay. So the Mr. X, between the sloth and bear power, the truck is chucked outside. So is Mr. X.
That fire isn't too bad, is it?
No, it kind of. Papa Bear came over and stamped it out. More annoyed than anything.
I might be fired over this.
I get it.
Okay, actually, I roll. Oh, Eyes of the Dead has a roll. Okay, and it's roll wits plus occult plus wisdom, and depending on the successes, I get different information. So.
Well,
It's
if we can say anything about this night, it sure has been lit.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
What, do you pull out your vape and just blow the smoke into the guy's face?
Yeah. No.
Okay, that's exceptional.
Nice.
Eyes.
Okay. The Arathra gains the victim's memories leading up to their death, imparting a vision of the Arathra's wisdom renown in minutes length. So I get 1 minute of.
So effectively, you see a dark room, with a light with Mr. X right there. And you get the memory, and you're already drinking. Your fangs are sunk into a brick of gold. And you're able to eat the brick. And as you eat the brick, this is the best blood you have ever tasted. This is fantastic. You feel suddenly the embarrassing memory from grade school. You feel the social anxiety of trying to ask someone out. You feel the thrill of learning how to ride a hover cycle. You feel all of these emotions that you have not felt for years, ever since you were thrown into that pit and made into a vampire. In this state, you just hear a voice. Get in the van. Drive at the bar. Fight. Suddenly you're in the van. You're staring at your fellows. All of them just as jazzed as you are. The bar comes into view. The accelerator is slammed. A bear on the outside dodges out of the way as you smash through the wall. And then the fight then kind of the memories of his version of the fight happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So she kind of wakes up from that, and she stares angrily at the two over there, and doesn't take her eyes off them the whole time she's walking back over here. And she says, "Well, that was kind of a dead end, but it is very good blood. It's what I've learned."
It was the best. The guy there says, "I don't know how all other blood will suck, except I'm told that were creature blood is like super cocaine."
Well,
and I don't think I'm gonna get that. It's like super dangerous.
Is that right?
He starts thinking about it, and he's like, "Do you know any were creatures? We were told to like watch out."
He's
No,
still in bird
none
form.
here.
He's like, sorry, friend, walking up the wrong tree. Q, you want to come over here and explain just about everything for us?
Q's kind of like wandered over, like after opening the door and peeking a few times, wanders back over. He's got his cell phone out right now, and he's He's kind of like giving like an apologetic wave with his hand as he's making some calls, going, "Yeah, you okay? Good." Hangs up. Next. "Hello, hey, yeah, you okay? Good." Next. Just keeps on going along.
Is it 3 phone calls or more than 3 phone calls?
He's just doing serial phone calls. Once in a while, he says like, "Huntsman, yeah, okay, yeah." Keeps on
He's
going.
checking the whole network.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
Maybe a group text would be better for this.
He stops what he's doing, looks over, goes, "Great idea." You okay?
A hunt.
Group.
I'm pretty sure a huntsman text on a phone. The voice is kind of a good sign. Or am I just taking crazy?
He's putting the word out for the Changeling community of huntsmen and checking up. After he's finished that group text, he sits down, gives a sign, goes, "Man, I could do with a drink. Do we? What? Oh, it's me." Gets back up. Wanders back over to the bar, grabs a drink someone left there, comes back over.
Can we lead Mr. Vampire over to Mr. X? I mean, Monster Man? As Zach starts walking over because he needs to touch the Monster Man.
Yeah, why not? Just out in the front with all the fire and the van and everything.
He just walks around.
Nice, calm environment.
Just keep an eye on him then.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just going to do correspondence again, but on Mr. X. Eventually I'll get it right. This is no paradox. There we go.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. You eventually pierce through. You see, okay. He has a connection to a mortal in the city who's currently sleeping. He has a connection to something. He has a connection to something in some unfathomably far realm. A supremely strong connection. Practically what is inside this is what's beyond.
Interesting.
I don't know this though. That he knows this,
No.
right? Okay.
So a strong connection to someone in the city,
Mm-hmm.
a supremely strong connection to something in a supernal realm. But strangely enough, its heart is connected to what's in the supernal realm.
Interesting.
But also its heart is connected to the sleeping mortal.
You said there were more bricks in the van?
You check the van. There are no bricks, but when you check Mr. X, there is a brick.
Oh.
Just
Left
one,
on
okay.
Oh shit.
It is gold, but when you touch it, it feels kind of like Jello.
Oh,
Weird.
That's bad.
Surely would not touch anything that looks like gold.
For good fucking reason.
I guess Zach would poke at it with a pen or something at first. And Mage Sight, you know.
It's... So you have space in mind?
Yeah. Hey, Aiden, take a look at this. Chelsea.
What, do you bring over the Jello?
No, I'll have
Jello.
him come over here. He's not good.
Sorry,
Zach,
space out for a second.
I
forgot
need
what-
you to use your Mage Sight on some mystery things.
Aiden kind of like takes a swig and then just kind of rolls his eyes and comes over. What's up?
When you look at the brick, so it doesn't have a mind, and there's more in it than it's like a compressed space.
Interesting.
There's more in it than normal. When Aiden looks at it, normal physics doesn't really work on it fully. That's
I'm
what
gonna
you-
walk over too.
And when you look at it, and with Prime Sight, it is pretty much just a block of magic. It's
Interesting.
Is that glamour?
that is Vitae and glamour smashed into one.
Oh damn! Wait! I look at it. Look around.
Vitae and glamour.
Dude, blood and glamour. Oh, can you know? I'm a little peckish. Do you guys mind? Do you?
Yes.
We do mind.
Yeah, we do mind. This is a crime scene. You know, like flashback.
Yeah. Zach stands up and just points at his hip. FBI.
Well, I also flash a badge. I flash an FBI badge as well, actually.
Oh, what a coincidence. How do I not know you?
Yeah, how do we...
Well, you should know me because I'm actually a captain.
Feel like I'm being lied to.
Can I do Pierce deception on this?
Yes, you can.
You can totally do that. Wits plus empathy to figure out if he's
Wait, no, I actually have a spell, Pierce Deception.
Oh yeah, you totally do.
I'll do a roll to see if I.
That's my thing right there.
I'm gonna do a +1 reach on it too.
Okay.
Well,
Sensing falsehoods.
I rolled a 3. I don't know if there's an opposed check on that. I guess a bluff. Of course, he's probably buff based.
Let me make this real quick.
Sure.
So I think I technically, since I've been playing out of character for an FBI captain, I need to roll for this because
Yeah.
if I was acting in character, I might be a little more safe. But I definitely need to roll.
Throwing fire bombs and asking to bite a block of gold.
Frost, as you guys are looking at the ID card, it's suddenly not in Q's hands.
No, there's definitely a badge in my hands. It's just
I'm
corner
thinking
store kids badge.
So as you pierce the deception, you realize that it's pretty much like it's a really bad fake ID.
Okay.
It's a supremely poorly done fake ID.
And Curly says, did you not know I was also FBI?
No. You look as Curly takes it. This looks like an FBI badge. But
Wait.
Aiden pierces the illusion and knows that it's a fake ID. No one else can pierce the illusion.
No.
Oh my god.
Curly has just taken Aiden's ID from him and
Oh,
is holding it up, saying, like, what a coincidence. I'm also FBI.
Christ.
so
Alright,
Aiden,
shitheads.
Oh god.
And then she just tosses it back to you and gives you, like, a pat on the shoulder while laughing to herself. She's also
Alright.
in human form again. She should be.
I'm confiscating this. You need to tell me where you got this from. Or we can just pretend this didn't happen and you can back off.
Well, the second you take my ID, it just turns into a kid's cop badge.
So
Alright,
realistic.
So I drop it on the ground and I smash it.
Oh, rude.
That
Oh.
that costed me like 2 peso. Like, fuck.
I'll buy you a beer.
Thank you.
Don't have him make it though.
Anyway, that actually doesn't look like blood to me, guys. I think no one actually got hurt. No changes were hurt in the creation of that blood bag. I think.
Is someone manufacturing these for vampires?
Can I hold that if you mind?
As long as you don't eat it.
I promise.
Zach just puts his hand on his gun.
Her.
Just
Can
Curly
I
would
do
have brought her
an,
new son over.
Ian, can I do an occult on it to see if it's what I think it is?
yep,
1 success.
it is what you think it is.
Alright, somebody took what might be human blood and basically fairy enchanted it.
ooh.
So this is kind of like cruelty-free changeling blood? Well, except for the cruelty. So cruelty-free changeling, anyway, blood.
Very reassuring. So there's a mortal that's missing some blood then.
Probably. Yeah, definitely.
I think I might know where this person is. Mr. X here had a connection to a mortal in the city, and I know where to find him.
Yeah,
Well,
you
okay,
should
then.
you should definitely help him. He's probably missing a little blood. A lot
I
of
don't
blood.
think that's
Just
why.
thinking about
I don't
it.
think that's what the connection is. but I won't know till we go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get a mop and try not to get fired.
No, I think you need to come with us.
Mother Mercy says you're fired.
Well, there we go. My schedule's cleaned up.
Tough luck.
You set fire to the floor. You didn't know how to do your drinks. You're allowed to come in as a customer, but definitely not as staff.
I respect your decision.
She also gives you a wad of cash and says, "That's your first week's pay. Get the fuck out."
Holy fuck yeah! Wait, can I also use you as a reference?
she looks at you and goes, "You know what? Sure."
I start walking out going, "I'll add you to LinkedIn."
Curly says, "Oh, if we're going anywhere, I need your word that you'll keep our new friend safe, secure, and all that good stuff. As far as I'm concerned, treat him like another Larry, and hopefully he'll end up being one."
Oh, Buddy McBuddy face? Yeah, sure.
Mother Mercy goes, "He's Sabat.
Oh,
He's
fuck.
fucking nuts."
I get that reference.
I mean, I don't.
Larry was not Sabat.
Okay, well,
Larry isn't a doomsday cultist. This guy's a doomsday cultist he's a vampire that eats other vampires.
do you think I'd be going around eating eyes and shit if I wasn't found first by a weird eye-eating strange crow lady? No, it's.
Well, you're fair.
He was raised wrong. It's okay. We can fix it.
I kind of go like, yeah, I mean, it's not his fault necessarily, and you know, he's actually cooperating. Maybe we should give him a chance.
Yeah, this is the easiest clay to sculpt at this exact point in time. This is our chance to help.
I'm gonna read his thoughts again while
she just picks. She says, "You have 3 hours, and then I'm kicking them out."
Okay, that's
fair. That's very fair. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, yeah. All right, thanks, Mom.
Yeah. I'm letting vampire out the door.
Okay. I guess we're going then to the mortal.
So,
Okay.
like, you guys are FBI agents. You have like secret FBI layers or something, right?
sure. Yes.
I mean, if
Yes, we do. We all get one.
I've got a safe place to hide him, but I can't put him there without needing to fly him up in the middle. Of
So
the
Mother
fucking
Mercy has
street.
agreed to look over to keep the vampire contained and not dead for 3 hours while you guys figure out about Mr. X.
All right.
So I'm going to take a quick washroom break.
Mhm.
Yeah, bio break.
Okay.
You're back.
BRB.
I'll be back as well.
I'm gonna be here.
I'm also gonna be here. I've had bad luck with my spells.
I haven't been rolling great.
Well, you haven't failed a
either.
spell yet. I've failed two. Oh, I needed to ask, when Ian gets back, I need to see if you can transfer, like, essence or blood mad power or whatever from vampires into me as magic, because I could use a top off.
Okay.
Because that's one of your cool abilities.
Yeah.
And if we can get a good fluid source of mana during missions and stuff, that would make life so much easier. Someone.
I needed to talk to him about getting like the sap. Sap stuff.
I think he's back.
I'm back.
Oh, I was gonna ask you about
Tass?
Yeah, I wanted to essentially make a tree or something magical and just like be able to sap the
Like effectively make magical maple syrup sap?
Yeah.
Sure.
And tell him what you wanted to...
Your hollow can be a tree.
And tell him what you wanted to do with that.
Put it into my flask.
So she can just drink it.
Yes, you can.
I like that.
And I'm back.
Is it possible for her to channel mana from, like, vampires? Effectively?
What do you want to turn Vitae into mana?
Yes, or whatever the magical essence of that creature might be.
I think that would be Prime 4.
Really?
Because Prime 4 is where you get the supernal dispellation, which is effectively fuck all of y'all magics. I can affect it.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't think there's a hard and fast rule.
Okay.
If you wanted to have it, I'm tempted to say if you had some kind of magic item that effectively you channel Vitae into it and it converts it into mana, or you channel mana into it and it converts it into Vitae. But otherwise, the mana between the creatures tends to not.
Okay, we'll work out
not
between
be
sessions
super interchangeable.
how to do that then.
Yeah. So, are we all back?
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Fantastic. So you follow Snake's space connection to the sleeping mortal that Mr. X was connected to?
I started asking, where are we going right now?
He pulls up Google Maps and points it out.
It turns out you're going to a place not too far away. It's in Yuxel's hand, so same district. It's in one of the, it's at the edge of one of the shanty towns.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, but where, what, how, and why, and when, and where, and how? Where, what?
Zach just points again to the Google map.
Pourquoi? Why are we going?
Linked to Mr. X, the person we're looking for.
Huh. Okay.
Do you believe in magic?
Also currently has to let Mama Bear know that this place is gonna... The two groups that were supposed to meet with her, she's rescheduling it for tomorrow. Actually, she's just gonna call them and tell them.
Yeah, you call like, hey, something happened at the den.
Okay, A, fuck you for being late. I set a very clear schedule. B, we'll do this tomorrow. There's been some happenings at the den. Thank you for your cooperation.
One person calls like, I'm at the den. What the hell happened?
Bad stuff, okay?
There's a burning van outside.
Yeah, that's the... We had a new time employee, and they,
You're blaming this on Q. He's in the car with you.
Well, on the bright side, they never met Q, so they don't know who exactly I'm talking about.
So-
Your gun says ex-employee.
Your job lasted exactly 2 hours.
So you get to the mortal apartment building, and the apartment you're looking at is actually on the ground floor. It's apartment 110. There's no balcony. There is a metal fence. Like, it's more like grating. They have a metal fence and then a bug net and then like a small like area for them to be outside. There's a barbecue. No, there are no lights on in the apartment.
Okay. Curly has turned into a crow and flown up onto the balcony and is pecking at the glass.
No one seems to respond.
Hey, Aiden, can you take a look inside?
All right. Da, 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 da. That's Praxis.
You want someone to go inside or what?
No, we're gonna
we got
we're gonna
this.
take a look from here. Aiden, you can show everyone, can't you?
Sure.
If it's not a huge issue.
Nah, I can use my tool.
Paradox.
I do have to incur a paradox die, though.
Chance or normal?
Chance.
Keep rolling,
Okay.
rolling.
That's... What is it called when you affect AoE?
Advanced scale.
Scale, okay. Should I roll again?
Yep.
And I
Okay.
get to roll again.
Oof. Oof.
Paradox!
Oh no.
Oh no!
The first
Not a
one.
lot of dice on that, huh?
No. Should I use a willpower here?
You can accept either you let it run wild, or you.
What are the rules on paradox? What happens? Let's find out.
I'm gonna use a willpower here. That's 7 dice, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So you can absorb, contain the paradox by taking a bashing that won't heal for like a day,
Oh, that seems fine. One bashing is
Yeah.
not bad.
I'll do that.
because it was a minor one. So you everyone can look inside. So what are you bending the light and sort of?
Hold on. The book explains it better than I can. It's night vision, I forget. That's such a dumb name. Basically I'm just fine-tuning. I'm giving everyone the ability to see thermal. So you can see well,
And ultraviolet.
thermal, yeah, and ultraviolet through the walls here. And I spent a reach so that you're not fucking blinded by the change in...
You can also see electromagnetic radiation, sound, and kinetic energy.
Yeah.
All of you start seeing fucking trippy stuff.
Q just like holds his head and goes, "Wow."
So you look into the apartment. There's a few electronics here and there. There's a human sleeping on a bed. Looks like they have some kind of machine hooked up to them.
That's not good.
Can Q make an occult roll?
Yes, intelligence and occult, or if you have it, intelligence and medicine.
I have both, but my occult's slightly higher.
Okay.
Yeah, my cult is better than my medicine too.
1 success.
I'm a great doctor.
You're relatively certain that you're relatively certain. Oh.
1 success.
That it's you're relatively certain that this person is currently asleep and with some kind of medical machine hooked up to them.
Mysterious.
Indeed. Okay, so you guys supposed to the huntsman?
Sorry, so you were cutting out. Say that again.
How is this guy connected to a huntsman exactly? And how am I looking at what am I looking at right now?
Are you... What are you? Do you not know about magic? I figured you would if you were in that bar.
Well, I mean, we're having this discussion on the street too, but I know about like magic. I mean, I think I am magic, but I mean, what type of view is this exactly? I don't even know what's going on. I'm seeing colors I didn't know existed, guys, and I'm not even high.
It won't last that long.
Yeah, this is called physics. So
Yeah, I've heard about this
How
physics stuff.
unhelpful.
It's really confusing. It's really confusing. And you know what? Fine. Physics is magic. I got you. Fine, I got you. Right. But what? So why are we looking at this guy? This sleeping guy. What's up? What are we up to, guys?
well, we're following the trail.
There's a strong connection between Mr. X and this person up here. So we're gonna find out what that is.
Basically,
So
you know the
there's a
famous-
connection.
Yes.
you know the famous Morgan brothers.
Yeah.
Basically, they're. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah.
Now that you actually, Q wouldn't probably. Does Q watch films?
Yeah, often enough.
You do realize that the Weresloth that was with you is actually a super famous documentary film director.
Oh shit! You're the Morgans. Dude, can I get an autograph? I mean, oh fuck, paper. He reaches down and
Yeah.
picks up like a crushed can. Can you sign it?
Okay, Curly is like, hold. Okay, you understand they're not actually that good at their jobs. They're just cheating with magic, right? Don't get ahead of yourself.
Hey man,
Hey.
I saw that episode with the lost parrot. That was amazing how you figured that out. The different patterns that you tracked it.
They didn't actually figure it out. That they. Okay.
Quit your squawking, bird. I take
Man,
offense.
TV has told me a lot. I'm not gonna badmouth TV.
So
You should
Well,
definitely
this-
believe everything you see on TV.
while this has all been going on, Vivian's been like quietly recording everything on her phone.
God damn it.
Okay. Okay.
So,
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh no, I was gonna say also along the car trip, Curly and Vivian have been catching up. Curly's like giving you the once over, like the your harmony seems good. How's Werewolf treating you? Like that sort of thing. The checkup.
Mhm.
Curly's about as close to a psychologist or medical professional as most were creatures can really talk to.
All right. Well, guys, if we want to like check up more on what this person's doing, do you just want to go into the?
You cut out at the last moment there.
Oh, sorry. Do you guys just want to go into the dreams then, or like what?
Why don't we go into the apartment
What?
first? But I'll ask you what the
Yeah, it's-
hell you were talking about in a moment.
I love this initial confusion. What are you? What can you do? What can you do? What the fuck
Okay.
is happening?
Oh, sure. Let's
Curly-
use your. I put like little bunny quotations in the air. Physics and get in there then.
I mean, I think we can just go through the
Okay.
door.
Yeah, Curly's up on the balcony and just
What?
the door is open.
Why are you on the balcony? There's a staircase.
This is the first floor.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought it was higher.
Is anyone like watching us, by the way?
There's one person who, like, in an upper apartment, looked out, saw your group, saw probably some of the weapons you had, and then like took their slowly retracted their head.
This is a rough neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a
Oh, my
2%
Lord.
chance the cops will be called, and like a 2% chance the cops will show up after being called. So we're good.
Okay, let me just roll my good old fashioned larceny. 4 plus. I would be in human form, so 4 plus 3, 7.
So it's Dex plus larceny.
Nice.
Damn.
Without even pausing, like while everyone's talking, you just one-handed open the door.
Or maybe when I get a critical success like that, the door was never even locked. You just like
The
slide
door
it
wasn't
open.
locked because there's like a bunch of grates. There's like metal grates in the way that a bird could fit through, but most people can't. So you flew in and opened the balcony door.
Okay. Easy. And then Curly's gonna, well, with the door open and other people being able to go in, I want to use my medical knowledge to kind of figure out what's going on with this person.
You get inside the room and you realize that this person's asleep They're connected to
God.
some kind of machine that is currently very slowly siphoning blood.
Ooh.
Oh.
That doesn't seem great.
How long has this been on? Is there any sort of indicator?
It's been on for probably at least an hour.
Oh, okay. It's not like this person's been in a
This
coma for
person's
2
still
years or
alive. They're
something.
just asleep.
Is this a dialysis machine by chance?
Yes.
Huh.
Huh.
All right.
I'm gonna do
But it's siphoning blood, not just dialysizing it.
Fucking
Yeah, I'm gonna do a med check real quick. If I could.
Yep. Feel free. Intelligence and medicine.
So same conclusion, right?
Yep.
Oh,
What Curly figures out that this is a dialysis machine, and it actually doesn't seem to have any magical interference with it. It is putting blood back into the person.
Oh, so it's not actually even draining.
No.
Okay.
At closer inspection, this is just a futuristic dialysis machine.
Okay.
I'm gonna do.
But you don't know why it's connected to the huntsman then.
I'm doing
Charlie's
course.
going to try and get their blood pressure to see if they've recently lost blood, if that makes sense. I don't know enough medicine.
Effectively, with your 4 roll, this person doesn't seem to have like several pints less blood than they should.
Okay. Oh, so there's
They're
like 5
evidently
people.
not good because they have a dialysis machine.
So like there's 5 people around this person's bed at the moment, as I understand it. So I don't know if this is going to be a rude awakening.
Well,
Wake up.
I'm gonna cast correspondence first to see if I can get any more links.
Wait, we want to make sure they keep on sleeping? Okay. I take out some sand from my pocket and just blow it in their face.
I'm not sure if that's how you
Sanders.
keep people asleep.
The rest of you feel a squiggly bit as something magical just happened.
Oh, okay.
Sleep.
Wow, I never would have guessed that was magic. I thought you were just throwing
I
sand.
thought
at
that was
people.
pocket sand.
It is pocket sand.
Amazing.
It's magical pocket sand.
Is,
Yeah, okay.
is all pocket sand magic?
Yeah?
For him,
Why do you think it works in shows all the time?
Actually, I don't know about the TV in 2119, but I don't know how much pocket sand I see on TV right now.
it's a trope. So, you get, now that you, okay, so you do correspondence there, Swank. This person, now that you're closer, you realize that since they're dreaming, what their mind is connected to Mr. X.
Interesting. I'm relaying this to the team.
Can I make another occult roll on this information? Or
Yes, you can. Add
I
a
obviously
dice.
already know what this is, but I have to have known in character, of course. I'm not going to meta it.
This might be where the huntsman's heart is.
I go a little pale and horrified.
What's wrong?
Wait, shit, okay, oh man, so we might actually be able to kill the huntsman.
I thought we did kill the huntsman.
No, we just pissed him off. We might be able to kill him now.
He looked pretty
Right.
dead to me. I shot him in the skull.
Then we set him on fire.
No, he'll just be back in like a month, don't worry.
Oh.
Well, do worry a lot, but or less, I don't know, it depends. I don't deal with huntsmen very often, because they suck.
Can you explain what a huntsman is?
I mean, technically, I'm not supposed to be telling this shit around, but you guys are kind of helping me do my job right now because I'm going to get so much good praise back at home when they learn that I dealt with this crap. But you know, the whole thing of first rule of being a weird supernatural is don't talk about being a weird supernatural.
Yes, Fight Club.
So, okay. A huntsman's basically sent to go track down people like me. But it's supposed to find one particular target. And its entire heart, its entire being is directed towards capturing that one target and bringing it somewhere that target really doesn't want to go. Now, the person who did this is a big fat bastard somewhere else. And he took the huntsman originally and ripped his heart out and basically shoved this desire of capture into his chest instead. And placed his heart somewhere safe.
That would explain the strong connection I saw from him to that door.
Yeah, I just shuddered. So, the heart has been hidden in this poor mortal's head.
Can we take it out of him without hurting the mortal?
I mean, having a really, really, really bad dream is bad, so I guess no, but I mean, it could just be just a bad dream, so yeah, I guess.
Wait, was that a yes on breaking the heart without killing the mortal?
Oh, without killing the mortal, yeah, sure. Killing? Nah, don't kill
Okay.
him. We can definitely get in there.
Curly at the moment is just going through drawers and things, looking for any notes about their prescriptions and trying to figure out what's up with them medically.
Okay.
I don't know if I find any. That's the attempt.
You don't find. I mean, you're finding some stuff, but most people don't leave their medical notes just laying around.
Oh, crazy.
He looks over and says, "Oh, great idea. Did you find the teddy bear or like anything?"
Teddy bear?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
The pills, man. Like whatever they're on.
What are you, an addict?
No, not anymore. I can't be an addict anymore. Think about it.
I refuse.
Nature opposes the poisons that would govern an addiction, even if those things are actually kind of useful.
All right. How about we all just go into the dream and get the heart? If you guys are as magically awesome as you are, then let's just do this.
What the fuck's a
Sounds like
dream?
good time.
Okay, so
You
now about like 110 years ago, there was this movie called Inception. Is that what we're
Oh
doing?
god.
I don't know.
What do you
I
think?
don't think I.
What do you think? Did it ever stop spinning? I never know. I love the
I
classics.
don't understand half.
Well, no,
things
that gets explained in Inception 2 and Inception 3 later.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
goddamn.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed, to be
They
honest.
shouldn't have resurrected him with the technology. It was weird.
Oh no.
It was all
Oh, no.
CG. It wasn't as good. You could tell.
Yeah.
Is there a teddy
Okay,
bear
yeah.
around though, by the way?
Is there a what?
A teddy bear or something the person sleeps with?
You do actually see what appears to be a scarf that they sleep with.
Oh, nice. I steal it. All right. So, I think our best bet is we can maybe scout a bit, but we should maybe go in there physically at some point.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with something I don't understand. How's this? How about you think about it really hard, and I'm just gonna relay this information to everybody.
What do you
Give me
you
a
think
second.
About it really hard?
Nah, you know what? I'm good. Let's do it.
You know what? I'm good too.
Okay, fine.
You all are allowed to look before you leap, but honestly, I've been leaping for the past, like, 12 years, so whatever.
So everyone's good for just going
Yeah,
in?
sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Then he just walks over, puts his hand on the sleeper's head, and then just falls unconscious and falls to the floor.
Is that for everyone or just you?
Everyone. Everyone holds hands. He touches the forehead. All of you slump unconscious.
Oh, everybody. Okay, all right.
And this is how I'm gonna end
Perfect.
the session.
Oh my god.
So, I hope all of you enjoyed the first session.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
Very strange. Lots of shit I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know my own shit, let alone all this other shit.
So, when you have time, or when we encounter something, you can always look at the journal tab and look at some of the handouts for brief summaries of other people's supernatural stuff.
You might want to read up on mine just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But, so this is the beauty of running a multi-template game. There's gonna be stuff that we won't know.
Yeah.
And we kind of have to roll with it. And I hope the first combat helped people figure out what they can do. And, that he enjoyed it, and I'm still planning for next Sunday for the next game to be.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
All right, that's awesome.
Night stream.
So how much experience
That's
do we get? 10? 15?